gentlemen, Jeremy Allen White. As Scott just said, obviously portraying any living legend is going to be a problem or going to be a challenge, but when you have somebody like Springsteen, who envelops so many things for so many people, there's other levels to that as well. But what I love about your performance is that within the silence, there's sort of this universality that's there, and there's sort of an openness in a lot of ways. What were some of the conversations you had with Bruce or with Warren or even with Scott about like what needed to be done at certain moments that maybe were sort of there between the lines in some ways?
Yeah, I mean, I think I was really lucky. I had a fair amount of time with Bruce beforehand, before we started filming, and I had a lot of material to go off of too. I also got to spend a lot of time with Patty, Bruce's wife, and sometimes it's nice to hear stories about the man from the people around them, and John Landau as well. I think in the beginning I asked Bruce pretty directly, why this film and why this time, and then more specifically, what was going on in that road trip with Magdalena and County Fair. I know something happened to you. What do you think that was? And he said, I felt like an observer in my own life. I felt outside of myself, and that scared the shit out of me. And that was something. I don't know, that was a feeling I was familiar with, I experienced, I worked very hard, and I have tools in my life where every day I'm trying to find some sort of presence. I know Bruce has been on that journey already. I thought it was very worthy of exploration, and I don't know, I think what I took away from Bruce was his honesty in moments like that. And also, his relationship to the world is still really pure. And I think at times it can be to a fault almost. He's got so much humility, and he's so gentle considering, the life he's had, the public life he's had, how people have regarded him. He's so incredibly human, and I see the way that he carries himself in the world, and I see his relationship to the world, and how gentle that is. And I think that was a big guide for me in approaching the story, and then those moments alone with him, because I know it can be difficult to maintain that softness with the world. It can be a hard thing to do when you've got those pressures on you.
Yeah. I just want to touch on the aspect of your performance you just brought up a little bit with the gentleness and the openness. One of the things I find so phenomenal about your performance is that there's, while he's keeping things in and he's dealing with a lot of the aspects of depression that many of us maybe know, that sort of the disappearing, the kind of being inside of himself for a long time. But there is still this openness to his face. There's a sense of wanting to connect with people, and there's this sort of a gentle affability. Like his eyes are wide, he's kind of nodding a lot. His body language when he's talking with Landau, that this sort of sense of being available to the world, but maybe almost not to himself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think depression. It's it's an illness. It's something we carry. It's not a choice that's being made. There's not cruelty in it. You're hiding yourself away from the world, and in the way that you sort of consider yourself and treat yourself. That's where the hate comes in. It's not put out. It's pushed in on yourself,
Yeah. Jeremy Strong, ladies and gentlemen, and also